What's up, anglers? Welcome back to another episode of Who's Your Angler? I'm Brooken, that's Tyler. Yeah, and today is really a special episode because we are going to what we have dubbed the training grounds. Dun dun dun.
So essentially, we have a buddy who has some property with various waterways on it and various camping areas.
Right.
So it's kind of on the outskirts of town, while at the same time it's in and out.
Yeah, it's exclusive enough to where you don't feel like you're in town.
Yes, but it's close enough to be close to town.
Right.
But we figured, what better place to test our equipment for the great outdoors than
Exactly.
the mild outdoors?
Because ultimately what we would like to do is eventually go to somewhere where we can do like a really true to form 24-hour or even 48-hour camping trip.
Like a state park or something.
Yeah, and do a real catch and cook. But we've never done anything like this. Some of us have never camped before.
This is my first time camping. so welcome to my journey.
Right. We want to test all of the equipment. We want to rate some of the equipment that we have, because we did purchase everything from one of our local sporting good places that we get a lot of our equipment from, and we have some unique stuff that we want to try, we want to implement, we want to eat as well. So we're going to do all of that this episode. So right now we're driving to the location. We have a ton of snacks. We're going to be snacking the whole time, so don't worry about missing the snack
fuel.
That's right. But in all seriousness, we're looking forward to doing this episode for you. It's going to be fun. We're going to try to film as much as possible. We are on a limited kind of battery situation.
We're in the mild outdoors.
Right, we're going to be in the outdoors. But I like how you said mild outdoors. Mild outdoors. We're going to the proving grounds, training grounds, and we're going to get this job done. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already liked and sub, do that now. And stay tuned for an awesome episode. So we just got to the location. Look, check out the food. Woo! That's some fried ribs right there. Fried ribs. I don't know if y'all have had that, but y'all need to get some. The owner of the property had some family come out and cut the grass, so that's actually good for us because we didn't really want to walk around in the high grass right now.
Bugs and snakes and
all that stuff, so that makes it a little clearer for us, a little bit more enjoyable.
less work we have to do.
Yeah, obviously if we were out in nature, like really in the woods, we wouldn't have that luxury, but that's why this is the training ground, proving grounds, right?
Training grounds.
Training grounds, yes. So he's gone, we're gonna snack, and he's gonna come back, finish cutting the grass, and while he's doing that, we'll probably fish.
We'll set up camp.
Or set up camp. Well, he can be cutting.
Once he's done.
Once he's done, for sure. All right. I'm trying to lock this lock. Once this lock is locked, we're locked in here until the challenge is over. Gate's locked. Can't leave until the challenge is over. We're at the campsite here. We're about to unload the equipment. I'm gonna walk you around, give you a brief tour of what we got. So we plan on camping underneath this tree here. We're gonna pick an area right out here and clear it out with a little rake and lay a tarp down, and then we're gonna throw up our tent. What you hear over here is a fountain that should give us beautiful sleeping noises all night long. We got water all the way around here. Up over that ridge, there's a bass pond up there. This is a catfish sanctuary, I guess. I don't know what to really call it, but there's stock brim in there too. Tyler's right there. I'm excited to get this stuff out.
For those of you who don't know, again, my name is Tyler. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to tell you what we're doing today. So, Brooken is starting to unload our equipment from the car, and we'll get to that later, what we've packed, what we drove, all that good stuff. But we are at a friend of ours' property, and you'll see some few structures and whatnot. We are in what I call not the great outdoors, but the minor outdoors. So it's far enough out the city to where it's secluded, and we'll show a lot more of this later. But oh yeah, we're camping. So we have just had this area right here cleared out a little bit just to help us out, and we're about to prep the ground for the tent and whatnot. And what we're doing for Who's Your Angler is we are doing a training grounds video, or proofing grounds as he's been calling it as well. Stay tuned for actual titles. But what we're going to be doing is taking our equipment here and essentially proofing it to make sure it would work in nature in more of a controlled environment. So we're not out in a national park or anything, or the bare bone wilderness. A little bit more controlled. However, we will be camping. But yeah, we got a lot of fishing to do, and that's mostly what we're going to be doing, hanging out, fishing, and show you guys setting up camp here soon.
Yeah, I'm over here pulling out some of the stuff that we need to camp with tonight. And we're gonna do a review on everything that we're using for this camping trip.
Sounds like he's talking, so I'm gonna talk louder. So, like I said, we got a bunch of stuff here with us. I brought extra clothes that have just got thrown in here at this point.
Put a hand on this stuff.
Here's the cots. Brooklyn's asking for some help, so I guess this is what we got so far, plus what's in the car. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and help load everything, or unload everything.
These are our fishing gear. That's Tyler's bag. That's another one of his bags there. And that's my fishing kit over there. We brought 4 poles with us. We plan on fishing catfish and bass on this trip at this pond. Remember, this is a catfish sanctuary. It actually wraps all the way around the bass pond that is up on the hill there. We're gonna do a review on all of this here. Some of this stuff you may recognize. That's my Spartan sword from the Spartan video I did where I was clearing out the shoreline for one of the secret ponds. We got some cots that we were blessed with from our local church. Shout out Water's Edge. We're gonna set up this Magellan 4-person tent right here, right over in that area there. We have a tarp that we're gonna put below it. That's a little handheld rake that I already own. My mat that I plan on sleeping on top of my cot, so I'm a little bit more comfortable. In this bag here, we have some food items, freeze-dried or dried, dehydrated?
I think it's dehydrated, freeze-dried.
Something along those lines. It's add water and eat. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna boil some water. We're gonna make a little fire. We're gonna have dinner. But first, we're gonna set up camp right out in this area here. We're gonna clear everything, get situated, and then after that, we're gonna get to some fishing. I'm ready to see if we can't catch ourselves a bass and a catfish out here.
I'm excited.
Heck yeah. All right, we are locked in, literally.
Not lock the gate.
Yes, because I locked the gate. So we're gonna set up, literally set up and clear this area right here and get to work. So we already picked up the little sticks and we threw them in a pile right down here. Those will be some kindling for a fire later so we can cook our food. And now I'm about to rake this area here to clear it for our tarp. Ty, you want to get the tarp out and just spread it out, see how much ground space we need?
Yep.
Say again.
So we got the tarp set up.
Nice.
Mapping out how much we need to rake. I think that's a good idea, rake around the tarp.
Mm-hmm.
So we know.
Whew.
Only one rake, huh?
Yeah, only one rake. Feel free to rake over.
Rake what you think you got to rake, and I got you after.
I got him. That boy's slick. Tyler, the tent is going over here.
Where's the tent going?
Here, in the area I have cleared. Yes. Keep in mind, y'all, this is Tyler's first time camping, so.
I've never camped before.
Okay, so if you don't know why, just anybody, if you don't know why we're clearing this area out, one, in a survival situation, clearing your base camp is a good idea. It keeps bugs away or lessens bugs. It allows you to see what creepy crawlers are coming and the lay of the land. Also, if you only have a tent, if you left the sticks and stuff down there, when you're walking around your tent, you run the risk of puncturing the bottom of it, which then removes the waterproofing of that particular tent. So having a tarp down plus a tent does an extra layer of protection against flooding and insects and things of that nature. So this is good. Now, we finished clearing out the area. We cleared out all the sticks and everything. Was that a dog?
Clutch.
Was that a dog?
That was me.
Oh, Oh, okay. I thought I heard a dog bark. I was like, what the heck?
It's the big dog. Woof, woof. In the chat, woof, woof.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Tyler. But we definitely cleared out this area. We laid the tarp down, and now we're gonna open this for the very first time.
Yeah. See what? I hope everything's in there. We need to check.
Yeah. You know what? We didn't bring a hammer for the stakes.
We did not.
Nope. So we'll have to figure that out. That's gonna be interesting. But we're gonna open this, and then we're gonna erect the tent, and then we'll give you our thoughts and opinions on it after we set it up. Sound good?
Quality and whatnot.
Heck yeah. This is a Magellan 4-person tent. It's what is it? 9x9?
Tent, 9x9.
9x9.
So we got plenty of space. That's a 10 by 12.
That's a 10 by 12. We may actually end up punching holes in that, honestly. Depending on where the stakes lie. Depending on where the stakes lie, like we're gambling. But yeah, so let's see. Let's get stuck in, I guess, and set this bad boy up. Next, we're going to turn that pile of sticks into kindling for a fire so we can cook or boil our water later to eat, because we need to be able to boil enough water to eat later. So we're going to do that next. So what you see is working with here, these are very small branches, twigs, medium size. A step up from there, and then what we will be using to actually burn is right up here by Tyler. So we just want to create nice little piles, and when you try to start a fire out in the wilderness, it's best to take some prep time to set up these bundle stacks like this so that it's easier to ignite the fire. So you would start with this with some brush like we have there, and then once those actually start burning, you add a few of these, and once this burns, you add that pile, and so on and so forth. It helps you just get this fire rolling, because most people want to try to jump into burning these larger pieces first. And if you have a good fire source like a lighter or something like that, that works great. But today I think we're going to attempt to get some kindling together and start it with one of Tyler's flint lighters.
Want to try and do a flint start.
So we need to have these kindling stacks like this in order for it to catch easier.
And if not, we have a lighter.
Yes, we definitely. We have several different types of lighter. I brought a torch.
For every condition, I have an arc lighter.
Yeah, he has an arc lighter, and I have a torch. That's thicker than this. We'll do it now. But yeah, so that's what we're doing here. That's why we spent the time to do this. We're almost close to the point where we can get this set up and ready, so we can actually start fishing, because both of us are feeling to get to the fish. So let's get done with this. Everybody, the house is done. It's here.
We put up a tent.
We put up
my first tent.
Tyler put up his first tent.
And it's a nice tent
so
far. Look, we haven't lived in it just yet.
No, we hadn't even moved our stuff in.
Nope, it's just up and at it right now. But
look at
I'm excited. There's a rain guard on it.
Yeah, now see, we had a few questions about how we were going to do things versus the tarp, because the tent isn't exactly the same size as the tarp. We really didn't want to punch multiple holes in it. We did sacrifice one corner to punch a hole through that there. So far, so good. The tent set up really easily. There wasn't too much confusion as far as what we needed to do, where things went. We only looked at the instructions to find this lip guard and where it went, because we found this extra pole. We honestly just kind of threw it together. In the time lapse, we don't really check the instructions. You can't see us checking the instructions anyway, because they're on the back side. But we haven't set up inside, so let's take a quick tour of what it looks like inside here, if I can find the zipper. Okay, I did notice that when I was setting up that this little flap gets hung up in there quite a bit. But look at that, y'all. That's spacious. Heck yeah. So this is what it looks like now. We're gonna move in and show you what it looks like afterwards.
Awesome first tent experience. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you, Brooken of Hoosier Angler, for helping me assemble my first tent.
Heck yeah, man. Bed number 1. Yeah, pretty boy over there getting comfortable. Hollywood, here's your cot. You can set up your own a cot ski. Got a big old caterpillar on Tyler's bag right there. Let's check him out. Look at that bad boy. He's furry. He's furry. You just flick him off. Keep on going. This is why you keep the tent closed.
Which is what we're gonna do here soon once I put my cot in.
Well, we're in and out of it right now, so.
Oh, big old caterpillar already.
Yep, gotta check your stuff.
Make sure you check everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was good underneath.
Yeah, you're good to go. Put them same time. There you go. Same time. Wait, a tour. Okay, it's our front porch is a little messy because we were just in and out of there now. But Tyler's chair, his poles, while his bag is on my side, I don't know.
That's my bag.
Yeah, my bag is over here. Spartan sword. And let's give you the MTV's crib tour of the Magellan tent. 4-person tent.
I'm gonna go check out a little bit more of this property.
Let's see. Get in this bad boy. I told you. Tyler's cot, my cot, exercise mat, and that's all it is right now. Good tour. We've got camp set up. Tyler, get in here, man. We got camp set up. We're a little worn out because it was fun. It went fast, but it still took some effort.
It's still a little warm out here too.
Yeah, but it's getting close to time to actually get the poles and get the lines wet and finally try to catch ourselves some bass, some brim, and some catfish. We're going after all 3 species this afternoon.
First person to catch all 3 wins.
He said it. All right, brother, you ready to do this challenge?
I'm excited.
So we haven't told you what we're gonna do yet.
We officially have a challenge.
We have a
of
challenge.
Course.
Yeah, we can't just
If you've
do.
seen anything on his channel, it's always a challenge.
There's got to be something.
We've never had a prize, but
we're gonna get there. We know there's 3 types of fish here. We know that there's bluegill or brim here. We know that there's bass here and there's catfish. So we have decided that we're gonna try to do the 3 species challenge within the proving grounds where we've already been testing everything today. So
with a twist though.
Yes.
There's an order.
There's an order to this one.
So first you have to catch a bass.
No, bluegill.
But first you have to catch a bluegill.
Bluegill.
Then you have to catch a bass.
A bass.
Then you have to catch a catfish.
Catfish.
If you catch any of them out of that order,
It doesn't
it's
count.
fun, but it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Yep. So first, bluegill, bass, catfish. And the reason why we're doing that is because 1, we're running out of daylight, so we need to get out there. The bluegill, I'm sure we can hook up on pretty quickly. Bass, we need to get them before it gets past a certain time. And catfish, we can fish well into the night. Yeah, so that's really, I'm not worried about that part. So first we're gonna re-rig, we're gonna set up for the bluegill, and then we're going to fish that and come hit it real hard until we complete that challenge. After that, I think we're gonna come back to camp, start a fire,
eat some food,
boil some water for
our freeze-dried food.
Our freeze-dried food, and
we're trying that out.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
be interesting if anything.
Most everything's in the tent.
Yeah.
So far, you don't like the zipper.
I can't stand this zipper. This zipper has pissed me off so many times. You know, it keeps getting hung up on this little flap around here, which again, I've said it earlier, I'm sure it's for a purpose. And I don't know what that purpose is right now other than pissing me off.
I do like this visor though.
So far, everything seems cool. I like where it sits. But let's get rigged up and start fishing. I already know it. Let's do this. We're going to go with this pink bait here. It is a...
Who's this one by?
And this happens to be a Z-Man bait.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think this is from our clearance challenge. I bought it that day thinking that I might do something for Valentine's and never did. So we're actually just going to do this here now.
I'm thinking a little white jig head.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. A lot of times these weighted jig heads, the eyelets are full of paint. And you can just chip it away with another hook, a larger hook.
All right, I have made a rookie mistake.
What?
I do not have a knife.
You didn't bring a knife?
I did not bring a knife. I need some clippers.
I have an extra knife. I always have
I
more
made a
knife.
mistake.
You better hurry up.
I'm dumb.
All right, we tied on, folks. We going fishing. I don't know what Tyler doing, y'all, but we going fishing. Hey, we didn't walk far. We were like right outside of camp, right up underneath this tree here. We just want to test something out real quick. And first cast, first fish, done. Yeah, we're on to bass now.
This is what being quick does.
We're on to bass now.
Cast here.
We got to re-rig.
That was incredibly quick.
Yes, it was first cast. But since it was so fast, I'll catch another one. How about that? It's a little guy. Let's go for just a little fatter one. Just a little bit bigger. Get this right in there. That's where they live. And we're fish on. Oh, that one's a little slab. Okay, I also caught the tree up there, but we're fish on already. Yeah, that's a little slab right there. Okay, that's two. Tyler has yet to cast once. Let's go. Let's go. Now I gotta get my lure out this tree because somehow I caught the tree in all of that. We're gonna see if we can't get a third one before Tyler even gets in the water, y'all. There he goes. He's in the water finally.
Oh, I had a bit nibble. Something hit me.
Yeah. What is it?
An itty bitty buddy.
What is it? Is it a bluegill?
It's like a young baby bass.
Well, it don't count.
So I caught something.
But it's out of
I landed him. He's an itty bitty fellow. I don't really know what that looks like. A baby bass. Come check this out.
Will you pick up? No, that's a bluegill. All right, so technically, but that's not big. That's not, that one don't count.
That's him right there.
That one don't count.
Water and we're gonna save his life. How would I get this guy up?
Pick him up, man. He's just a fish. This is so much fun. So much so, I'm gonna go catch a bigger one at the bigger pond. Because I know where some bigger ones are. I've already caught two.
I caught one.